always wonder about you, Ted, separately. Because, like, obviously you.
Where's this going?
Probably on your lap.
I asked you the other night, like, musically, you know, do you still have a love for DJing? And you were like, well, no, you've already done it. You don't have a desire to play in front of people and stuff. You don't have that yearning, that burning yearning thing.
No,
I disagree. I know him too well, and I think if he could play in front of a load of people chilling out on a beautiful setting, and he got to play absolutely anything he'd like, he would get as much of a buzz off that as he used to get off the dance floor. I think the fact is there aren't many of those gigs where you can play those kind of sets.
Yeah.
I think, am I right? You still like doing that?
I remember the conversation. I think if anybody that said that they were in front of a crowd, DJing and getting a big vibe back from that crowd, saying they didn't enjoy it, would be lying. They certainly would, because it's a great feeling.
Absolutely.
It is a great feeling. I mean, I'm going to sound old here, but it's just it's the whole club thing now for me. The volume, the amount of people. I don't enjoy that side of it anymore.
No.
My ears are battered anyway from years of DJing, and you know I don't think they can take any more of that kind of thing. But
that does, in a way, this is brilliant podcast. This comes back to what you were saying earlier about Steve producing the artifact, producing the beer, producing the moments, going back to actually something which is a little bit more special. And that will come around. We just got to be in the right place at the right time to experience it, which is not easy. But that's what people want. And your experience of not enjoying that anymore is you're not alone. I definitely feel that. I don't enjoy going to clubs. Because they're not the fun thing that used to be when I used to go to Oslo when I was 15, and it was weird.
Yeah, true.
And it was odd and different, and something special was happening.
And what about you, Adam? You've got amazing skills as a DJ.
I don't know whether I have. I think that's a very nice compliment.
No, it hasn't.
I think there's
You're a very good DJ.
There's a lot of people that have got. Thank you. I'll take a compliment and nice.
But I mean, do you ever foresee, obviously, as a young man, you're DJing a lot, like you said earlier. Do you not foresee like creating a persona, or going under the name Adam Regan, whatever? There's like, do you not have that desire to go out and play and get dates? And
not really. No, I used to, and I think in the different drummer days we built that up. It wasn't necessarily as Adam Regan. It was part of different drummer sound system. And we used to get a lot of, we did a residency every few months, I think 3 or 4 times a year at Fabric for a while in the third room. We used to always play the big chills, we'd always off around Europe, and that was, for me, we did a Leftfoot residency in Paris, and that for me was that period where I felt like Different Drummer Sound System was a name that was very much part of the circuit that people knew that we did our Leftfoot nights. But I don't think I'd want that anymore. I love DJing, but I don't take myself seriously as a DJ anymore, if you know what I mean, because I think I do it for fun.
right.
I rarely do it for even getting paid. I do it because I like doing it. And I always got to that point where I felt frustrated with my own ability to not take it to the next level. I think I measured myself against people that I was never going to be technically as good at, and I think that kind of, I know I'm confident enough to stand up and DJ in any scenario, and that, I think I can hold my own, but I knew I would never be sort of a Mr. Scruff or someone.
Why is that though?
Because his technical ability and his knowledge and his programming ability is just outrageous. Those top 5% of DJs in the world they're artists. They're not. I don't consider myself to be an artist. I'm just somebody that really loves music, can put it together, decently. But they're artists. They're kind of really creative in what they do. And I think I realised that there was a lot of bullshit involved as well. If you haven't got that talent, that those kind of DJs have got. You've got to be really good at self-promotion, and you've got to be slightly arrogant and really comfortable with bigging yourself up and making out that you're, you know, the next big thing. And I never really felt comfortable with that. I don't.
Does that sound similar to what you do?
I've never, that the whole, from when we did Snobs and then it all went into super clubs and super DJs, I've never
It's not
never
fun
come
to be
to
having.
any of that. I didn't see it at all.
It started to become. It was, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that drugs haven't had a big part of everything that we've done in club culture and music generally, but it started to feel like the drugs took over from the creativity and the kind of spontaneity of it. It's like the house scene in many ways changed me as a person, but I also got really sick of it at a certain point, and that's when I got back into playing, you know, non-house sets and playing stuff that was really different and eclectic. And I think that was the birth of Leftfoot, that era when we, you know, I mean, I still try and do it, but you certainly wouldn't get booked to play really wildly eclectic sets anymore. But we used to play, you know, start off with reggae and dub and soundtracky stuff, and you know, the tempo never went above 95 till about 11:15, and then you pick it. And that kind of era for me was great, because you used to be able to not I wouldn't say. I don't think I've ever been like a massively experimental DJ, but you could kind of mix up the styles and play stuff that suited the time of the night.